Hello, I'm Greg Jarrett. You're in the strategy room. Well, it's being dubbed the Acela Primary, named after the high-speed train in the Northeast. Voters across 5 eastern states heading to the polls today, and frontrunners Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are looking for a clean sweep. Joining me now with an election analysis, Democratic strategist David Mercer, Republican strategist Brad Blakeman. Gentlemen, always great to see you. Brad, let me start with you. Let's throw up on the screen Pennsylvania. This is the latest Real Clear Politics poll average. Trump has a substantial lead, 48% to Cruz's 26, Kasich at 21. And then Maryland, it's pretty much the same story. Donald Trump 47%, Kasich 26, Ted Cruz 21%. So, Brad, what do you expect tonight?
I expect to be on Donald Trump's Acela Express, hitting all those 5 states today, doing very, very well. The only fickle state, only because of the way it's proportioned, is Pennsylvania. Delegate rich, yet kind of weird in how they allocate their delegates. But having said that, Donald Trump should do very, very well tonight. And I suspect that that'll help him next week as we move into Indiana. So he'll have the wind at his back. And, of course, this argument of his regarding the confusion is really settling in, I think, with voters. It's catching on.
All right. And we'll get to Indiana in just a moment. But, David, over to you on the Democratic side. Let's put up Connecticut. It is a lot closer race there with Hillary Clinton 49%, Bernie Sanders 43%. He may, that's his neck of the woods as a Vermont senator, so he may have some inherent advantage there. Are you expecting a closer race between Sanders and Clinton tonight?
I think that it's going to be pretty much a reflection of what we're seeing unfold in all the other states. And that is, again, this being about delegates. Even if he were, let's hypothetically say he took Connecticut, he would do so at such a slim margin that they would pretty much split the number of delegates out of Connecticut. It's in states like Pennsylvania with a huge number of delegates and where her lead is a lot wider on Bernie Sanders, where he, again, continues through attrition to lose opportunity for delegates. And the more that happens and the closer we get to the convention, you know the result. The other candidate, that being Hillary Clinton, ends up with what is likely to be a majority to gain the nomination at the convention.
All right, let me look ahead just a little bit, and let's put up on the screen the Real Clear Politics poll average for Indiana, which is not tonight, but it's upcoming, and it's an important state. And Brad, there you see it's a little bit tighter. Trump 39, Cruz 33, John Kasich 19. He's way back. And in fact, that underscores this alleged pact between Cruz and Kasich. Kasich's going to clear the way in Indiana for Ted Cruz. Trump calling it collusion as if that's a bad name. Of course, you're a lawyer, and in a legal context it is, but this is politics.
Sure. And look, Trump is creating confusion out of the allegation of collusion. And the fact of the matter is, it's Trump who is late to the game to understand the rules, and he should know by the art of the deal, you have to close the deal. And if you can't close the deal prior to the convention, you got to renegotiate it at the convention. And look, these guys are using the rules to their best advantage, the same as Trump admitted doing as a businessman. He claims that he used the rules that he didn't agree with, but he had to. These are rules that have yet to be made, by the way. At the convention in 2016 will determine the rules at the convention this year. So, look, there's nothing to hide. These rules were known for some time, and Indiana is going to be important. But, Greg, it should be the other way around. It should have been Kasich who was leading in Indiana, not Cruz.
Right.
He comes from a neighboring state, and for Kasich to have given up and ceded the state to Cruz, I think shows the lack of involvement of people in a neighboring state that should be a favorite son to John Kasich.
All right, maybe he had one too many plates of pasta and pancakes. David, over to you, and the same sort of argument here. A lot of Bernie Sanders supporters say the system is rigged on the Democratic side, not necessarily rigged against him, but rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton. Is that a fair attack?
No, it's not. And let's just make it very clear. Bernie Sanders has one of the best delegate selection experts over the last 30 years as his senior advisor, that being Tad Devine. I worked for Tad Devine in the Dukakis campaign. No one knows delegates like he does, or maybe 4 or 5 others in the country know it as well as he does. So to say that he's at an unfair advantage just is not the case. And as Brad pointed out, these rules have been on the books. And, you know, you play by the rules and you look to play to your strengths where you can get the most delegates. And as we have seen in the votes that Bernie has gotten, it's been in smaller states, it's been in caucus states, but that strategy, if you look at it far out enough to the convention, won't get you the requisite number of delegates to win a nomination. So if anything, it's a faulty strategy. Why they can't get traction in bigger states and in primaries is something that Bernie might want to look in the mirror about to get the answer, but stop blaming the delegate selection rules, especially when you have the expert who helped create those rules.
Yeah, all you have to do is read the rules book.
Exactly.
It's very, I mean, it's as simple as Dick and Jane. See spot go, see Dick, see Jane. Trump allegedly has trouble with that. But I'll leave it at that. David Mercer and Brad Blakeman, good to see you both. For complete results in primary coverage tonight, go to foxnews.com. I'm Greg Jarrett. Thanks for watching.